from Speaking with Class. Hey there, English learners. Welcome back to the English Sleep podcast, your go to podcast for learning English and building your confidence one conversation at a time. I'm Aaron. And I'm Evan. If you ever feel nervous speaking English, hesitate to join our conversations, overthought every word before saying, trust us, you're not alone. Oh, absolutely. Are you afraid of missing sense and thinking, what if I mess up? But here's the truth. Confidence isn't about speaking perfectly. It's about speaking without fear. Exactly. And today we're diving into how to be confident yourself, especially when speaking English. So here's the we cover today. What confidence actually looks like, signs that might be holding you back, and most importantly, practical ways to build simulate confidence. And we're not just talking about theory. We share real life strategies that actually work. From shifting in mindset to small daily habits that can completely change how you feel when you speak English. So if you ever struggle with self-doubt, from this episode is for you. hmm Before we dive in, we got something special for you. A free PDF guide with today's key takeaways, plus comprehension and grammar exercises to help you improve both your English and confidence. That's right. And of course, we'll also be introducing a handful of words. We'll take a closer look at them like in Charlotte's vocabulary sections where Charles break down the meaning and show how to use them in real life conversations. Hey Evan, I'm already to pump up today's episode. Let's jump in. Same here, Aaron. Confidence is just important topic, and I know so many of listeners are going to relate to this one. All right, Evan. Before we get into the real strategies of building confidence, let's take a moment to define what confidence actually looks like. A lot of people miss it mean being fearless or outgoing. That's really of the case, right? Exactly. Confidence isn't about being the loudest in a room. It's about being comfortable with yourself and trusting your abilities. And knowing even you make mistakes, you'll be okay. Yes, and one big trait of confident people is that they take risks. They don't let fears hold back them from trying something new. Right. If they are learning a language, they are ones who speak up in class, even they make mistakes. They venture outside the comfort zones instead of waiting to be perfect first. hmm And they stay optimistic, even they once they go as the plane. If they forgot a words or saying something wrong, they don't stuff embarrassment. Instead, they see it as a chance to improve. Yeah, and that's where it's resilience. They don't want better experience. Stop them moving forward. Oh, here's another one. Confident is people is concept compliment for the projector. Have you ever noticed when you compliment someone on English, they immediately say, "Oh no, my English is terrible," instead of just saying, "Thank you." Yes, and the funny thing is, they don't even realize they're doing it. But confident people, they embrace compliments instead of brushing them off. And they make decisions without overthinking. They don't hesitate too much or second guess everything they say. Great. If you constantly hesitate before speaking English, you because you're afraid of making mistakes, something can really slow down your progress. If something makes uncomfortable, they not be afraid or self-express their limits. And here's the interesting one. Confident people don't pretend to be someone they are not. They don't replicate story to impress others. They just themselves. Exactly. And the last but not least, they actually listen more than they speak. People assume that confident people talk all the time, but in reality, they usually every attentive. That's great point. And you know what? The good news is confidence isn't something you either have or don't have. It's something you can build. Now, before we talk about building confidence, let's take a moment to recognize the signs that might holding you back. Sometimes you don't have realized that our habits making us feel less confident. Exactly. So, let's do a little self check. Have you ever caught yourself worrying too much about what other things of your English? Oh, that's your big one. A lot of learners hesitate because they're afraid of being a judge, and then their feeling of anxiety when speaking. Even simple conversations, you feel nervous or unsure. What about avoiding eye contact? That's something many people are doing, feeling unsure of themselves. Yes, or speaking so quietly that others can barely hear you. If you're not sure about your words, you might naturally lower your voice, but that actually makes you sound less confident. Another one, overthinking everything. You reply conversations in your head and develop differently. Oh, I used to do that all the times. And let's not forget hesitate too much. If you constantly second guess yourself before speaking, that hesitations can stop from moving. Absolutely. If you notice any of these signs in yourself, don't worry. The good news is confidence is something you can build with right strategies. Practical ways to build seamless confidence in yourself. Practical way to build seamless confidence in yourself. Yes, because confidence isn't something you magically wake up with one day. It's something developed through habits mindset shift. And the best part, anyone can do it. Exactly. So let's break it down into practical and real life strategies that our listeners can. One of the biggest mistakes people make is waiting until they feel confidence before we take action. But here's the secret: you gain confidence by taking action first, right? Instead of waiting until you feel ready to speak English fluently, start with something small. Maybe it's saying a simple hello to someone new, ordering coffee in English, or leaving a short voice message in English. When you start small, you build a momentum. The more you do it, the more natural it feels. And suddenly, speaking English doesn't mean intimidating anymore. And this applies to anything in life. If you want to be more confident in public speaking, don't wait until you're on the stage. Start by speaking in front of a mirror. If you want to be feel confident using new words, practice them casual conversations first. Exactly. And that brings us to confidence killer. The belief will need to perfect before you can be confident. Oh yes, that's a huge problem, especially for English learners. People think I can speak confidence because I make grammar mistakes, but that's not true. Even native speakers make mistakes all the time. Exactly, confidence doesn't come from perfection; it's come from progress. Instead of flawless, focus on a just 1% better every day. One new word today, one conversation tomorrow. It all adds up. I love that. So, to all our listeners, stop aiming to for perfections and start embrace progress. Confidence isn't about being the best. It's about being better than you were yesterday. And the big part of progress comes from how we talk to ourselves. Let's be honest. Sometimes we will speak to ourselves, it's just terrible. If someone spoke to ourselves, we probably tell them off. Oh, totally. Imagine someone saying, "You never speak English fluently. You always mess up. You're not good enough. You never let a friend to talk to you like that." So why do we let our mind say those things? That's why we need to flip the script. Instead of saying, "I can speak English very well," say, "I'm learning. I'm improving every day." Instead of, "I will embarrass myself," say, "I've read enough to try." Yes, the words you use shape your confidence. So be kind of yourself, encourage yourself, and watch how your confidence grows. And one of the best ways to reinforce confidence is through action. Confidence doesn't grow comfort zones. You have to push yourself, but in a way that feels manageable. Right. This is where control exposure comes in. It means gradually increasing your exposure to the things that make you nervous at a pace that challenges you, but doesn't overwhelm you. For example, if speaking English make you nervous, start small. Talk to yourself in English. Then move to text in different English. Then try speaking a low pressure environment, like a language exchange. Build up step by step. Yes, and the more you expose yourself to it, the more your brain learns. Hey, this is as scary as I thought. Okay, here's something people don't always realize. Your body language affects how confident you feel. It's not just about mindset, it's also about how you carry yourself physically. Oh, yes. If you slouch, avoid eye contact, and keep your voice low, you naturally feel less confident. But if you stand tall, make eye contact, and speak clearly, you automatically feel and appear more confident. And there's science behind this. Real research show power poses and actually trick your brain into the feel more confident. So if you don't confidence yet, acting confident can help train your mind. So to all of our listeners, try this. Next time you are about to speak English, take a deep breath, stand tall, and smile. You'll be surprised how much it helps. And here's something just important. Confidence is just about what you do, but also about who you surround yourself with. Have you ever noticed that being around certain people can either boost or kill your confidence? Oh, absolutely. If you're surrounded by people who always criticize or doubt you, it's hard to feel confident. But if you're surrounded people who encourage or support you, it's so much easier to grow. That's why choosing the right environment is crucial. Find friends, mentors, or online communities. It lifts you up and pushes you to be better. Yes, and if you don't have to kind of support yet, be your own cheerleader. Encourage yourself into the track right people into your life. And part of building that confidence is learning to not to take yourself too seriously. This might one be of my favorite confidence tips. Don't take mistakes too seriously. Instead of being embarrassed, laugh it off. It makes everything so much easier. Yes, when you do mistakes, instead of thinking, oh no, I messed up, try saying, oops, that's really funny, and move on. And guess what? Most people don't even notice small mistakes, so stop overthinking them. Just keep going. Well, that's wrap up the our conversation on building confidence. From shifting your mindset to take action in real life situations. We hope your strategies help you feel more comfortable and self-assured in English. And the promise is time for a challenge vocabulary section. We'll explore some of the immediately level words and phrases we mentioned today. Shall I take it away? Thanks, Evan. Hello again, English learners. And this episode, Eris and Evan will great terms related to confidence and personal growth. Let's break down a few of them. I'll explain its the mean and give you example how to use them in real life conversations. Conversations. Venture, meaning to step outside your comfort zones and try something new. Example, I decided to venture in public speaking even though it scared me at first. Resilient, meaning able to recover quickly from setbacks or challenges. Example, even after failing the test, you staying resilient, study harder for the next one. Embrace, meaning to accept something fully, even if challenges are new. Example, he embraced his mistakes are part of the learning process. Hesitate, to pause or second guess before doing something. Example, she hesitated before speaking, worried about making her mistakes. Assertive, meaning expressing yourself confident without being rude. Example, being assertive means standing up for yourself while respecting others. Fabricate, meaning to make up or invent something it is true. Example, he fabricates a story about which he's late to class. Attentive, being focused and pay close attention. Example, she always attentive in class would help her learn faster. Perfectionism, meaning the need to do everything perfectly, often leading to stress. But perfectionism stops him trying to new things because his words are afraid of failing. Overthink, meaning to analyze or worry too much about something. For example, he tends to overthink his response instead of just stepping naturally. Cheerleader, meaning someone who supports or encourages you. Example, she was her own cheerleader, always motivating herself to improve. That is so today's vocabulary breakdown. Thanks for sticking with me through these words. Remember, practice makes perfect, so try using them in your own sentences or conversations today. Now back to you, Evan and Evan. Thanks, Charlotte. Those were super helpful as always. Absolutely. And now, listeners, it's time for action. Start with applying these competence proof strategies in daily life. And don't forget the free PDF guide for this episode with today's key takeaways, comprehension questions, and grammar exercises. Grab a copy from the description below. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to follow, subscribe, and leave us a review. So support help me creating content just for you. And the most importantly, keep practicing, keep learning, and keep growing. Yeah, tôi đã thành công.